Yeah, well, what is good? My anime page. Well, what is good? Honestly, man, we have gotten to the point now where a lot of new ways that this show can continue to surprise me is if like characters are going to truly like blend in and make it so even when we thought we come up with passwords, different ways to communicate, that those people that are shadows practically can still figure out what's going on. That would be pretty frightening to say the least. But I feel like that is just where we're going. That's where everything kind of feels like it's headed at this point. Not only are we like capable of seeing how strong the shadow is, or um, how fast it can work on a character, like our main one getting, a picture taken of him to the point where if he runs into the shadow again, he's like, there's like a weird effect that happens to him. So that has me very concerned in the case of like, why is that there? B, what does it mean for, um, the people who have already become shadows? Who are the people and why is there truly no way to like understand the way that they are? Like, there's practically no difference that they've showed us yet, right? I think that is ultimately the end game of the show is that there's like a very small like portion that they can't do or something. I don't know. I really don't know at this point, but I think it would be a smart way to explain just what the heck is probably going to take place for the rest of the show. Um, because yeah, this this overall plot has really got me mixed up. It has me questioning as much stuff as the main character does, just like when he's talking to his supposed number one friend, he still doesn't supposedly believe that he's not a shadow, right? Like he's in the point where he's like, yeah, maybe he isn't, and you're the one I trust the most, where he's saying it, and in his mind, the same version of him that was kind of set apart from his body and was capable of looking at the situation from a different angle, unlike him, he was the one that was like, yeah, I don't 100% trust him. Even my best friend, I don't 100% trust. And it's really weird because you would think that that's him saying that and saying he doesn't trust his friend, but when it actually is that like version of him that's already kind of died and started to just observe. It's almost like he has himself to talk to and his self is responding to. It's weird. And I think that's another thing that they're trying to specify, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's just how it's supposed to be at this point. Uh, where the person who has died, and funny enough, he says, I'm fed up with dying. He's only died twice, right? I understand. I haven't died once, so I can't really talk. But I understand the grand scheme of like he's fed up with it and doesn't even want to put up with dying again, just due to the pain of probably remembering it, man. That definitely sucks. So hearing that and knowing that he's only gone through this for 2 days, 3 days, no, he's only gone through it. He died once, died twice. So yeah, he's gone. This is his third time around, but he's making things happen that never happened before. Meaning, in my mind, that's some progress, right? Like to be able to do stuff that isn't happening yet again has to feel pretty good and feel like you're doing something, even if you're saving some people's life that might not ultimately help you by keeping the cop alive. We find out he had a cell phone on him that I don't believe the shadow would have, right? Like she had a phone that she wanted him to entrust to another person, and just because he saved him, that whole entire situation actually became a thing where the other cop shows up into the place and didn't have anything on this person. He didn't actually have that phone, or he did, and he didn't give it to him. So there you go. A little bit of difference is the shadow works more towards its own personal goals, while humans will remember the small things that they were asked to do by others. But overall, I think this was a good episode 3, even though I didn't like the way it ended with this guy abandoning the one person he was told to take care of, not to mention, um, he's finally getting to the point where he's starting to understand some stuff. And the more information that you find, the higher likelihood you're going to deal with the backlash, right? You're going to deal with these shadows, knowing that you have this stuff going for you, and they're probably going to want you dead, right? Like, that's kind of how these things work, man. And I just don't think he's thinking all that clear when it comes down to seeing the person that he's at this island for passing away and seeing her again, what implications that could actually mean. Um, maybe the shadow version of her wasn't all that bad, and it's the only shadow that helps them out. I don't know where this is going, and I think those are still my favorite types of shows today. So, overall, I hope you all are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Adamanchi, and I'll definitely be talking to you sooner than later. So, thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.